Thanks. So if you just start by telling us your names and when you joined the club.
So I'm Steph and I joined the club in 2002.
What's your surname, Steph? Do you want to start again by...
I'm Steph Hughes and I joined North Bondi Surf Club in 2002.
I'm Bernie Hughes and I joined in 2009.
And I'm Genevieve Hughes and I joined in 2011.
Okay, so Steph, what prompted you to join North Bondi in 2002 without the girls?
Well, I live in Bondi and I wanted to do some community service, and given we spent a lot of time at the beach, decided that helping out in surf lifesaving might be a good way to give back to the community and also have some fun.
And what was your experience joining? Was it what you imagined it to be?
I found it actually, like, I got quite fit doing the bronze medallion course and all the run, swim, runs, and we met a lot of different people. I didn't know a lot about nippers and the competition aspect of the surf club. I was more there from a community service patrol aspect, so coming across all the extra stuff as well was great.
And did you find that the different sort of aspects of the club were cohesive, or did they feel like completely different facets to you?
I think they did feel a little bit compartmentalised because I didn't know much about the nippers until I actually had the children, until someone said, oh, you know, your son does swimming, you know, does he want to come and join the competition side? So each step of the way I just learned a little bit more. I didn't necessarily find that it was all opened up when I first joined.
Yeah, I must say I found that too. But I guess the more you get into the club and the more that you're interested in, did you find that it opened up once you did sort of look at other areas and the girls were old enough to join, perhaps?
Yes, no, it certainly opened up once the kids joined nippers, and we met lots of families, and then you see as they went through nippers and started competing, and then, you know, they sort of came to the age where they were out of nippers and suddenly this whole opens world opened up. So yeah, definitely as we were open to being more involved, certainly those opportunities presented themselves easily.
Okay. And Bernie and Genevieve, how did you find nippers?
Well, we both started in the early stage group, under sixes. So we've been all the way through. I found it very enjoyable. Like, I've still got friends that I met in the under sixes that are still my friends today. Oh. So yeah, so it's just like a really nice, I
found it very fun, and how you met new people and most of them stayed throughout the whole time, so they became very good friends.
And were they people from different schools as well? So not just all in the same area, but people that you wouldn't otherwise mix with at school?
Some of them went to our school, but some, came from different schools, so it was good.
Yeah, it's a good mix of all the people around the area, which is really nice.
And you've both gone on to compete in the club. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Well, we do training with Scotty Thompson in the boards for the Opens. We did do that on the short boards as well with Jim. But now, we're both in the Opens, so I'm in under 17s, the top age.
And I'm in under 15s.
How are you finding it? Tell us what your results have been so far. What are your best results?
Well, we both go to state and Aussies. This year we both won some medals, which is nice. Team events did very well.
Some medals, come on, give us some more detail about what events you won your medals in. It's pretty exciting.
Well, in our board relay, we got second at state, and we also got third in the swim team.
Well done.
And then in the 17s, the girls won the swim team, the board relay and the taplin. And then we all, me, Brianna Massey and Lily Finardi also got second in the open taplin. And then me and Lily Finardi also got third in the board rescue, which is, we got first in the board rescue, actually.
Easy to forget, right? Coming first. Good stuff.
That's good.
And I believe you've got nationals coming up soon.
Yeah. My Aussies is next Friday in Maroochydore.
Yeah,
So that's your first Aussies, because Genevieve's under 15, and then actually only your second because of COVID. It was cancelled last year.
I was going to ask you how you all coped in COVID with everything being cancelled. How did you find that?
It was a bit disappointing because we'd been training, obviously, like the whole year, to find out. But we got to compete at state that year, which was really nice. But then, which a lot of other states around Australia didn't get to do. So it was good that we got to do that. But yeah, it was definitely disappointing that we didn't get to go to Aussies to finish off the season.
Did you find there was still enough activity happening at the club and with your teammates to keep you, I suppose, positive and engaged and fit?
Yeah, Scotty kept training going. We started back up in like May. Just like 2 people going out in like 10-minute waves, so then we could comply with the restrictions and still be able to like get in some training, and just like having fun. It was more catching waves and having something to do because most other things were shut down during COVID, which was really nice.
Yeah, that's good. And I'd just be interested to know from each of you girls what you think it would be like imagining surf lifesaving without any women and girls in the clubs. Because that used to be in the clubs before 1980. Can you imagine that?
No, I can't really. Yeah, there's such a big part of it. So
and
I don't
there's
really.
a lot of girls, like it's quite a mix of boys and girls at the club.
Yeah, I think it's like an equal kind of distribution. So, and the female competitors at the club are very strong. So I don't know what it would be like.
And I imagine all the patrols, you know, probably have similar mixes too, and patrol captains of, you know, females. So there's lots of females giving a lot back to the club through all those aspects. And I mean, you know, one thing I noticed as the kids, we also have a son who started first into nippers, as the children progressed through nippers. And I was always an age manager, but more and more parents got involved, you know, with water safety and with helping with tents and with transporting things, and like that expectation. And that obviously involved, you know, women as well as the men. And there wasn't any role difference, you know, everyone kind of chipped in.
Yeah, and how do you feel that being in this North Bondi Surf Club and competing and everything else that comes along with the club means for you in the rest of your life and for your identity and confidence and things like that? Does it play much of a role for you?
Well, I think with like completing the SRC and the bronze and stuff, that's obviously really good because in like emergency situations anywhere, we can be there ready to help. Yeah, it's just good skills like knowing how to swim, knowing how to rescue people, because there's obviously like drowning, which happens.
Knowing how to paddle and get through like waves if it's big.
Yeah, and then also like connections with people, like forming friendships and stuff from nippers.
Yeah, and how about you, Steph? How's it impacted on your personal life, I suppose, being active in the club?
Well, I think similar, just meeting lots of people, and certainly some of our really good friends have come through North Bondi Surf Club. I think the education, as the girls mentioned, and knowing a bit more about CPR and first aid and feeling a bit more confident to be able to help in that way. Certainly skills-based, as the girls said. I'm learning to paddle a board this season. I do surf the proper racing mal and having my first masters competition next week, which totally embarrassed them. But yeah, so just those sort of skills. And certainly I feel having been more involved this year anyway with a bit of training, getting a bit fitter. So I think just as a lifestyle thing, as a physical thing, as a fitness thing, it's been good for me, but also the whole family. Certainly the kids have got a lot out of that. I feel like they're pretty, and comforting for me to know that they're pretty able in the surf. So I don't have to worry so much if, you know, as they've grown up and start going to the beach on their own and things, certainly helped.
Well, and Bernie and Genevieve, you both said that you loved nippers straight away. So obviously your mum didn't have to drag you down to the beach to join. But do you think that might have been seeing how much Mum loved being in the club that it made you want to join as children? Can you remember back then what you thought?
Well, I think like the whole family, we used to go on like walks and just little things down to the beach a lot because we live quite close. So I think we always just liked the water. So Nippers was just getting more time in the ocean
and being with friends.
And our brother had done Nippers 2 or 3 years earlier, and he really enjoyed it. And he was always telling us about it. So I think we were excited.
It's in your blood.
Yeah.
And being on patrol can be a bit, it's a big responsibility, isn't it? Have you had any challenging situations, rescue type situations or preventatives on patrol that come to mind?
I haven't really, not really.
No, you weren't on patrol yesterday, but didn't you have to help your friend? Tell her about that.
Well, yesterday my friend hurt her wrist on the board catching a wave. So me, my friends Chloe and Edie, we like helped her in, and we got some ice and made her this little sling thing until her mum got there. Yeah,
that's fantastic, Jennifer.
Her wrist ended up being broken, so
wow,
not good.
Well done. Yeah, great skills to be able to do that.
Yeah. I haven't done a rescue on patrol yet, which hopefully I don't have to, but I was on a surf with some of my friends, and a swimmer was stuck in a rip, so we like helped her on the board until the blue lifeguards came out and like took her in, which was so not a rescue on patrol, but
it's being ready, ready.
That's right.
And a lot of rescues, especially when we're locals living at Bondi, do happen outside patrol hours, early mornings before the lifeguards come on, that sort of thing. So you're there to, when you're at the beach, you're obviously on the lookout for people in trouble and can help them.
Yeah.
And for all of you, do you have any particular things that you really love about the club, or memories that you can share?
Well, through Nippers, every year there was always the Mango Festival, which is where there's like stalls of mango and you just get to eat it, and you like do stuff with mangoes. And I love mangoes, and so do my friends, so it's really fun.
Did you win? I think one of you won a whole tray from eating the mango.
I won the mango eating competition.
And there's a great photo of you like with the whole mango.
The club culture at carnivals is also really good. Like everyone's just under the tent. There's like music playing. Everyone's just like sitting there cheering on everyone. So I think that's really nice as well.
And there's a few little traditions that come about. So at the end of the Nipper training season, Jim would run the Christmas mum, or maybe it was middle of the season, the Christmas mums race on the board, and anyone whose kids were there, whether they'd ever paddled a board or not, had to get in the water. And then you guys would have like a dress up one as well, often around Christmas, so everyone would come down, they'd all be in colourful things and paddle. So, albeit, there's a serious side of competing, it was always made really fun and engaging for the children, which I thought was great.
Yeah, and the other dress up is Santa on the IRB. Yes. And I've been out there surfing, watching Santa come in on the IRB, and the kids on the beach just going nuts. Yeah. Were you one of those back in the day when you were a little nipper seeing Santa in the IRB?
I got very
try
excited.
Catch as many lollies as you can.
It's so cute. And any other particular memories that you have that you'd like to share?
I do remember getting my going to the presentation for the bronze medallion, my husband and I, and we had our son who was 1, and as they were going through the presentation, I think about to announce our names, he did a projectile vomit all over us and the club, and we removed ourselves and cleaned it up. Luckily, we're up the back. But, it was still welcoming. No one commented. No one made us feel bad. We still got our bronze medallion.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh dear. Yeah. What, you hadn't heard that one, but Bernie.
No.
She's like, why are you telling this story?
Oh, it might make the cut, you know. Hey, you'll have to send us in a picture of you with the mango all over you. Genevieve. That'll be a good one to put in the video. Seriously.
Some of your dress ups.
Oh, yeah, there's a good one of these.
So, wishing you all the best for the nationals coming up. What are your thoughts? What's your training regime? Are you tapering at the moment, or what? Talk me through the next week or two before you go up there.
Well, this week we've been focusing on more like sprint based instead of like fitness. So now it's just more like the speed side of it. So getting out to the can and back in as quick as possible. So just like races. Like this morning, we just had a couple of races, just practicing like for what we do at Aussies. And next week, yeah, getting a bit easier going into the big competition.
Pretty decent surf this morning to be training.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit big.
What about you, Genevieve?
Yeah, so because I'm on Friday this week, we'll probably just lay it off a bit, but obviously not too much. But yeah, it'll start getting easier. So until Aussie.
Oh, that's good luck, girls. Bring home some medals, or have a great time supporting the rest of the team. But either way, it sounds like it's going to be fantastic.
Thank you. Yes.
Steph, any last parting comments you'd like to make?
Well, I'd really actually just feel privileged to be part of the club. Like, it's a big part of our life. And I often say to the children, you know, if we didn't have North Bondi and we like that, our lives would be completely different, because we spend so much time at the beach, and the girls spend a lot of time training, and, you know, a lot of our friendship groups are because of the club. So, you know, I actually feel pretty like it's been a very valuable part of our lives.
Yeah, nicely said. Thank you.
And it's just one other thing I'd say is that I feel like it's quite different from when I first went on patrol to now. I mean, I do less patrolling now because I sort of did a lot of water safety. But when we first started patrolling, I think our first patrol, there were 3 of us who just got our bronze, and there were 3 others, and that was it.
Wow.
Whereas now there's so many patrols and so many on each patrol, which is really great. But obviously the word's got out that being part of the club is, you know, a fantastic thing to do, and giving back to the community is a fantastic thing to do. So I think that's a great sign that the club is doing really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thanks very much. That was fantastic.
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Yeah, great to hear your story. I do.